Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Would you like to paint this simple yet beautiful temple landscape with some trees, a water pond and some people along with me? Come on then, get some of your art materials and let's start painting. Stay with me till the end so you won't miss out on anything. This is the initial rough line work which you may copy by simply pausing the video. This is my usual color palette which has lemon yellow, gamboge yellow ochre, orange, crimson red, rose madder, burnt sienna, raw umber, sap green, cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, turquoise, Indian red, raw sienna, vermilion hue, magenta and black. And now since the paints have become dry, I am simply spraying some water over them with a spray bottle so as to reactivate the paints. I may not use all of these shades but they are always there on my palette all the same. Now with a brush loaded with water, I am simply making the whole of the sky area wet so that we can use the wet in wet technique to paint the sky seamlessly. Once the sky area is thoroughly wet, I am introducing the sky colors into this wet surface. Here I am using ultramarine blue basically for the sky, and I will add some lemon yellow and also a tinge of crimson red on the right side to indicate the dawn time of the day. As you can see, because we made the surface wet before painting, the colors spread beautifully without leaving any hard lines. As you can see, the dawn colors that I am introducing in the wet surface of the sky are also merging with each other seamlessly and beautifully. This wet in wet technique is the most used and popular technique of watercolors. If you are a beginner and would like to know more about these techniques, you can check my videos on watercolor techniques where some 16 such techniques have been explained. The link to these videos is given in the description below. For the background trees, now I am using yellow ochre, burnt sienna and raw umber. Remember, this is only the initial stage, these are only the initial washes. We will be working more and more in detail in our subsequent layers. For the trees now, I am using lemon yellow, light green, sap green, raw umber and Prussian blue. These are sort of variegated washes of all these colors applied with the scumbling technique. This too has been explained in the watercolor techniques video that I was talking about earlier. I also have an exclusive video on painting various types of trees. You may check that out too, where 4 types of tree painting has been explained with demonstration. This will give you a fairly good idea on how to paint different types of trees. For the middle ground bushes, I am using lemon yellow, light green, sap green, raw umber and Prussian blue. Like I said earlier, these are only the initial washes. We will be adding more and more layers with more and more detailings as the painting develops. For the plain middle ground, I am using yellow ochre, sap green, raw umber and Prussian blue. You may take note of the strokes that I am using, varying strokes that I am using here. The strokes for the tree foliage were with the scumbling technique, like I said, and for the plain middle ground, it is simply some horizontal strokes. This will of course be more visible and relatable in our next layers where we start putting in more details. For the water pond area now, I am wetting the surface of the pond area with a water layered brush once again, and then introducing the cobalt blue for the water and some greens and browns for the other reflections. The top spire or the shikhar of the temple, as it is called, will have some orange decorative portions within it, which are indicated in orange, burnt sienna and raw umber. Now here onwards, the light direction will play a very important role. Here I am considering the light coming from the right side, and so all surfaces facing the light on the right side will have lighter tones, whereas all surfaces against the light, that is the left hand sides, will be in darker shades. The main shikhar portion as well as the walls of the temple are white, and so I am going to leave the lighter sides with paper white itself, only adding some blues and browns to indicate the darker sides. Here onwards now we will be adding more and more detailings on subsequent layers, and so keeping in mind all of the things mentioned earlier, let us proceed with the painting as I am doing. For the tree trunks and branches, I am using raw umber, Prussian blue and a little very tiny hint of black. And of course I am using a much thinner brush to work on these branches. Adding contrasts side by side gives a very interesting and effective look to the painting. Just like here I am introducing darker values next to the white of the temple. This makes it pop out much more. Especially the focal areas of the painting can have such contrasts to make them more prominent. Watercolors tend to dry lighter than when they are wet when we first apply them. This makes it necessary to rework over the earlier applied layers until we get the desired effect. This also depends on the type of paper you're using. The one I am using here is very absorbent, and so I need to rework more. In case your paper is of a less absorbent quality, you may not even need too many layers. That you will need to figure out as and how you practice more and more with watercolors on various types of watercolor papers. And so, after applying all of the tips mentioned, we are finally finishing our painting. I hope you enjoyed the whole process and found the instructions useful. Do let me know definitely in the comment box as to how you found the video. Also, if you liked the video, do give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you get notifications for future videos. You may also share the videos with your friends too. In case you like other mediums of painting and sketching and other topics, there are several such on my channel already, which you are free to watch and enjoy. I will be uploading more and more such art videos, so do stay tuned. You may click on the end screens displayed at the end to directly go to some other similar videos. Thanks for watching and see you next in the next video.